Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Blu-Roy Movies. I hope you're all doing well, and I don't think Cosmo wants to be part of the video, but there you go. Yeah, welcome back to the channel. It's time for the weekly watches. We're doing it on Saturday this week, as I'm working tomorrow. Curse of life, I know, but there we go. 8 titles this week to get through, so let's get on with it. We started the week with a rewatch of the Poseidon adventure, and what a good way to start the week. Directed by Ronald Neame, I believe. Produced by Irwin Allen, who directed the Tower Inferno, so he's got good form in disaster movies. And this is a good one. If you're going to watch a version of the Poseidon adventure, watch this one. The 2000s one, it's not too bad. And I think I've got a DVD somewhere, sort of like a TV reiteration. And Rutger Hauer's in my head that he was in it. Anybody who remembers that one, let me know down below. This is a great film. A great cast. Gene Hackman, Ernest Borgnine. Love Ernest Borgnine. Red Buttons, he was good in this. Carol Liddy, Roddy McDowell, Stella Stevens, Shelley Winters, brilliant in here. Yeah, what a great action film about this cruise liner on its last ever trip, and it rolls over in a storm, and the people have to make their way up through the ship, up to the hull, to be rescued. And great sound design, great acting as they overcome this different series of challenges they face on the way to their safety. Love the interactions between Gene Hackman and Ernest Borgnine, like they're playing out to be the alpha male of the group and rutting heads all the time. And yeah, just a great film. Watched it on a Saturday. Perfect time to watch it. Don't have to think about it too hard. Yeah, great film. You haven't seen the Poseidon Adventure, get it watched. Really is a wonderful one. Right, next up for the week, I was back into me Stallone collection to watch this, and a first time watch for me, never seen this before, Assassins, with Stallone, obviously, from 1995, directed by Richard Donner, I think. Yeah, I think it was Richard Donner. Co-starring Antonio Banderas and Julianne Moore. Now, this is a good film. I quite enjoyed this. This is about Stallone. He's this hitman, best hitman in the business. If you want to taken out, if you want somebody taken out, you go and see Stallone, and he'll get it sorted. And one day he's carried out this hit, and somebody gets there before him. Antonio Banderas gets there before him, and this happens a couple more times, and it's Banderas trying to muscle in on Stallone's patch. One day Stallone gets this task of doing out this hit, and his mark is the lovely Julianne Moore. And again, Banderas turns up on the scene, and there's more to this hit than meets the eye. And Stallone ends up having to protect Julianne Moore from Banderas and try and keep her alive. Yeah, really good, fun action film that when I looked on Letterboxd afterwards at people's reviews, I was quite surprised because it seemed to be widely derided and not a lot of love for it, but I quite enjoyed it. It was like 2 hours and 15 minutes, maybe a little bit over long. It could have been like shaved by 15-20 minutes just to keep it flowing a bit better. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I quite like the cat and mouse between the two of them, because that's a genre, sort of a subgenre that I enjoy, like cat and mouse, people playing off against each other, trying to keep one step ahead of each other. A great scene in a bank here where Stallone's trying to get some money transferred, and Banderas knows he's in the bank and he's waiting outside with his sniper rifle for him to come out. It was quite tense. I thought, yeah, I enjoyed that one. A good one. I tell you what, and it might be an unpopular opinion, like the Stallone Arnie debate. I think I fall down on the side of Stallone. That's probably going to get me a load of poo-poos in the comments. But there you go. That's just me. Yeah, that was Assassins. Looking forward to carrying on with the rest of this set, because it's got another one I haven't seen next, and that's Tango and Cash, which is a big Stallone film, and I really should have seen that by now. Yeah, I'll get onto that one soon. Next up was Bad Boys, what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad Boys, and Bad Boys 2. And I think the best one out the first two. Really enjoyed this film. Martin Lawrence, Will Smith, brilliant buddy cop stuff. The interactions between the two of them, the way they play off each other, brilliant. The way Martin Lawrence is the more serious cop, wants to do things by the book. Will Smith, not so much. He's going to take whatever means necessary to get the job done, if it breaks all the rules, and it usually does. And this one's the two guys, they're taking down the drugs cartel. You've also got Martin Lawrence's sister in this, who is very protective of any man comes in her way, is going to sort them out. And secretly Will Smith's been seeing his sister, and what if he finds out Martin Lawrence is going to kill him? Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Again, it's a little bit long. I think it's even longer than Assassins. Again, could be done with being shaved the time a little bit. It's very Michael Bay. People criticise Michael Bay for too many explosions and stuff like that, but who don't like watching a film with loads of explosions, stuff blowing up and I know I certainly do. Yeah, I think Bay gets a lot of unwarranted criticism a lot of the time, because I love seeing things blow up. I haven't watched either of the two newer Bad Boys films. I've got Bad Boys for Life on 4K there, which I hear is not too bad. I've heard the latest one that came out last year is pretty terrible. So again, any information on them, let me know. Maybe I'll get onto the Bad Boys for Life this week sometime. Give that a whirl. Yeah, Bad Boys 2, just good, brainless action film. I enjoy it. Earlier in the week, I was watching a video from Neil's movie channel. Brilliant channel. I'm sure everybody knows Neil. And he was doing a look at the director Frank Perry, who I've only seen, it's on here somewhere, that one there, The Swimmer with Burt Lancaster, which is one of my favourites. A brilliant film. He also directed Mommy Dearest, which is another film. I really need to pick up a copy of that. It's supposed to be a good companion piece to the film Mildred Pierce, which I adore. Neil talked about some of his other filmographies and sort of brushed over this one, because Neil personally hadn't seen it for a little years, and I had a copy on my shelves. So I thought I'll dig it out, as Neil spoke so well about the director, and give it a watch. And that's Diary of a Mad Housewife, starring Kerry Snodgrass as the titular Mad Housewife, Richard Benjamin and Frank Langella, who was really good in this. Frank Langella, he reminded me of, I was going to say a young Richard Beckinsale, but sadly, like, Richard Beckinsale will be forever young, because he died really early. That's who he reminded me of a bit looks wise, with his long dark hair. Yeah, great film. This, I really enjoyed it. This is Kerry Snodgrass. She's married to this lawyer character Richard Benjamin, and he's a prick. He's a complete arse. He's totally demeaning to Kerry Snodgrass's character Tina. Voice is annoying. Tina was wanting to fetch and carry stuff for him, and just basically be more of a mum to him than a wife. Yeah, real arsehole character that got under your skin, which is a good thing, because I think that's the way Perry wants you to go with his character. Oh, yeah, it really did annoy me. And Snodgrass, she meets Frank Langella's character at a party, and he's sort of a playboy type figure. I think it's something to do with the films. I can't remember his job in it. But he's a womanizer, and he basically looked at Snodgrass's character, Tina, as another notch on the bedpost, if you like. And he just treated her for sex and treated her quite badly. And it's just look at Snodgrass, how in life she was just downtrodden and put down by the men in her life. And yeah, really good look at that sort of side of life. A film that I really enjoyed, and glad that I now own it on Indicator, and I could see myself going back to it at some point in the future. Yeah, really good, that one. I think it's out of print now, especially this limited edition one. Especially, I should imagine you'd be able to get it on standard release. Yeah, good film, that. Diary of a Mad Housewife. And thank you, Neil, for putting me on the Frank Perry track. Now a director that I need to investigate more. Yeah, good stuff. Next up, and again, this just goes to show what a bloody idiot I am. A western that's been sat on my shelves out there, just around there, for the longest time, unwatched and unloved, starring two favourite actors of mine in Burt Lancaster and Gary Cooper, and it just goes to show I'm a bloody idiot at times, because what a great western this was. Vera Cruz. This is about Cooper and Lancaster. It's at the end of the American Civil War, and the people who've been fighting on both sides, really, at a loose end. They're not earning any money. They're after something to do. They need to support their families and stuff like that. So they head down to Mexico, where there's a revolution going on in a mercenary type of way. They're not bothered the politics of it all, who sides for the good and who sides for the bad. They're going to be on the side, of course, who pays the biggest money. Coincidentally, this happened to be on like the Emperor of Mexico, who's very unpopular, and the people are trying to usurp, who tasks the lads and another company of men therein with transporting a countess to the safety of the port so they can get her out of the country. Unbeknown to the two guys, the carriage that she's travelling in also contains a fortune in gold. When they do find out, they quickly hatch a plan that the gold isn't going to go with the countess. And yeah, great western. Burt Lancaster, I thought he dazzling in this, so much charisma the man had. And where there's gold in these westerns, there's double crossing, there's triple crossing. It's highly entertainment. Yeah, certainly a western I highly recommend now to anybody haven't given it a watch, because yeah, really good. Also had Cesar Romero, you might remember as Joker from the Batman 60s television series, which I liked, and I think he was in the 66 film as well. Yeah, Vera Cruz, really glad I finally got round to it. And again, yeah, I'm an idiot, I know. And next, you might have seen in my recent pickups video, we had a bit of a saga with one. The Eagle has landed. I finally managed to get a copy, and I knew I was going to stick it in the player pretty sharpish, and that's just what I did. Directed by John Sturgis. What a great filmography John Sturgis had. Magnificent Seven, The Great Escape. This one, obviously, Bad Day at Black Rock, Good Fight at the OK Corral, amongst many others, of course. Yeah, great filmography, and what a cast on this one. Michael Caine, and I love Michael Caine. You know what they say, no Caine, no gain. Donald Sutherland, Robert Duvall, Jenny Agutter, beautiful in this. Anthony Quinn, one of my favourites. Judy Geeson, Larry Hagman as an incompetent American army general or colonel, one of the two. Total idiot Larry Hagman in this. Yeah, great action war film that I thoroughly enjoy. All about the Germans are invading this small village in Norfolk, to basically try and kidnap Churchill, take him home, help the war effort, even though they know the war's already done. Yeah, great film, great action war film. The likes they don't make anymore, and the world's a poorer place for not getting films like this. It's lucky that we have these big libraries that we can go to, and we can watch them wherever we want. It'd make a good companion piece with the film went the day well from the 50s, I think it might be the 40s, which is a similar theme. So yeah, it's got me hankering to watch that one again. So maybe I'll get that in this week and let you know what I think of that one. Yeah, The Eagle has landed. I'm sure most of you have seen it. Surprisingly, it gets mixed reception in the comments on Letterboxd, which I think the younger generation, I don't think they're into this sort of stuff now. It's for us old codgers, and as old codgers rule, so The Eagle has landed. Next up, Ealing comedy, and the first Ealing comedy, I believe, directed by Charles Crichton, Hue and Cry. And yeah, this wasn't the best one, to be honest. You can tell that as a company, as producers, they're finding their feet really with this one. It was all right, don't get me wrong, it's not bad. Alistair Sim, who he's billed here, top character, but he's only in it for 2 or 3 scenes, much to the pity. And then it's basically a load of kids, pretty much Jack Warner, Valerie White. It's about this kids' comic that's being made that were very popular at the time. And in the comic, this gang of criminals are using it as code for where they're going to pull off their next crimes and next heists and stuff like that. And the kids find out about it and they get hold of the comics and they're trying to solve the crimes themselves because the police don't believe them. They say it's really far-fetched. And yeah, it was all right. Very, I'd say, child-friendly. More of a kids' film, really. Yeah. Action-adventure, sort of an Enid Blyton type felt to me, really. Which, yeah, it was all right. Don't get me wrong, it's not terrible. The best bit about it for me is it was filmed in 1947 around the London's Docklands area and Whitechapel, and most of it is still in ruins from the war. So it was really fascinating to look at it cinematographically. And the kids were using this as like their playground, more or less. No way they'd let them do it now. They're hanging around in these bombed out rows and rows of houses, and you really get the scale of the devastation caused by the Blitz to London. And I don't know how any of the kids didn't hurt themselves filming it, because they're walking around these big holes where the floor should be down to the next level below. Yeah, it was a decent film. If you like your Ealing comedies, give it a go. Like I say, it's not terrible, but it's not just... They've got a very high bar, Ealing, and this one, like I say, they're finding their feet, and it goes below their normal standards. But it's all right. And to round off the week, I rewatched The Accountant. I've seen it before, mainly because the new one's coming out soon with the same directors. I thought I'd just refreshing my memory of this ahead of the new one, because I wouldn't mind seeing the new one. Yeah, I quite like this film. Good cast. Ben Affleck, John Bernthal, baddie in this, and he plays a good baddie in my opinion, John Bernthal. Anna Kendrick, who, I don't know what it's about Anna Kendrick, but she rubs me up the wrong way. I'm sure she's a perfectly nice woman, but there's something about her that annoys me. Jeffrey Tambor, always good. J.K. Simmons, what more can I say? John Lithgow, yeah, what a cast. This is about Affleck's character. He's high-functioning, autistic, and he's grown up and struggled with life as a lot of autistic kids did. Super intelligent, a whiz at maths, and hence why he's the accountant. And when he was a kid, to stop him being bullied, basically, because he's a very odd child, as a lot of autistic kids are. I know that from experience. Sorry, Nathan. Uh, yeah, he's a very odd child. So his dad taught him how to fight and defend himself, along with his kid brother as well. So he turns out in life as this super accountant who find a loophole in anything, help you save money, and falls into doing the books for mobs and criminals and stuff like that. And with being moving in them circles, life ain't going to go smoothly, and he's had to have sort situations out, which has used his skills that his dad has taught him to do so. And yeah, it's quite a twisty, turny action thriller. You need to think about it because there's quite a lot going on, which is a good thing, not to the detriment to the film. It is an intelligent film, in my opinion, that keeps you thinking and trying to work out which way it's going. Some people might say convoluted, but it just about managed to hold itself together for me. That it didn't get too overcomplicated, which I'm not the brightest spark in the world, so it's quite good. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Good twist at the end, and it's set me up nicely for the new film, and I'm quite looking forward to that one because yeah, The Accountant is a film I do enjoy, and again, it seems to been a theme this week because, like I always do, go on IMDb to hear other people's thoughts afterwards. And yeah, a lot of people didn't like it, but I did, eh? Whatever floats your boat, as they say. So that's it for the week, guys. Please comment down below. Let me know. I love all your comments. That's the best part of doing this channel. The interaction with you guys, and it's all been good. Well, mostly all good. I've had 2 or 3 negative comments over the year, all from the same bloody idiot. But there you go. That's part and parcel of the job, I suppose. Give me a like if you've liked what I've done here today. Maybe think about subscribing if you want to hear more of this channel. I'll catch you all later. You all be good. Enjoy the sunshine. Have a beer. You know it makes sense, Rodney. Ta-ra.